Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh on Sunday the 9th of July 2023 with FLOSSTUBE number 185, I think. I'm looking at my notes. Yay, I got it right. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about cross-stitch. I don't know why I was laughing, just life's funny sometimes. It's a very grey, dreary day. I've got to start off with the weather report. It's raining. In fact, I haven't been up very long. It's almost midday. I woke up this morning and I don't really have anything I have to do today. And it was cold and raining. I thought, screw this. I just stayed and I read a book. So I haven't done that for such a long time. Where I just lie in bed all morning and finish a book. So yay me for the luxury of no plans. So, but now I feel like I've overslept, so there's that. Yesterday was a catching up with people, visiting people kind of day. I had a few friends to catch up with. Oh, I probably don't have a great photo, but I visited with my friends that I stitched some Star Wars themed pieces for back in 2019 as a thank you for letting me live with them for a year while I built my house. And I had popped them into some cheap-ish, brand them myself, but anyway, they've been professionally framed now and I went round to see. So here's a picture. It's on an angle because of the glare and stuff. And I'm going to sneeze, so one moment. So yeah, I'm thrilled with how they look, really fabulous. So I bought the charts off Etsy. They're not available anymore. But I gifted to them in 2019 on May the 4th because May the 4th be with you. So I was really pleased. I think that Richard said they'd been out for framing for 6 months, so they're welcome. The guy had said 6 weeks and 6 months later, but delays in getting the mat board, I think, which is what I've experienced as well. So I'm really pleased that it looks really good. What else did I do yesterday? Ran some errands for my friend, picked up the lampshade that he dropped off last week. So I'm driving up to Auckland on Friday coming. We've got Friday as a public holiday for Matariki, the Māori New Year, and it's a public holiday now in New Zealand. This is the second year we've had it. But I'm driving up to Auckland, going to spend the weekend, a couple of nights with Zeb, and then catch up with my stepbrothers on Sunday and have lunch with them, and then drive down to Dad's. So I'm going to be with Dad for a week, a few days off and a few days working remotely. Why did I start talking about that? Oh, I'm going to meet my friend Mark and somewhere between probably Sanson or Bulls. They're two little settlements just northish, westish of Palmerston North where he lives. We'll meet for coffee and I'll give him the lampshade, save him a 2-hour trip each way to pick it up. So that's kind of exciting. It's not that exciting, but it's kind of exciting. Like doing like a handover, like illicit exchange of goods. I don't even know. I'm in a stupid mood. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with videos for the day. So Sunday, it's going to be a busy day. I might not get a video. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. If there isn't a video for me next Sunday, it'll come on Monday. And then the following week, I'll be driving back to Wellington. So I have no idea either. We'll update later. But don't freak out if I'm not popping up on Sunday. It just might be too much to try and squeeze a video in when you're, which, it takes about 3 hours to do a video and I need an internet connection to upload it. So we'll see. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, haven't talked to Dad this weekend, so I should bring him this afternoon. I'm sort of surprised he hasn't rung, but that's okay. He would have caught me in bed, but that's fine. Yeah, he was doing okay when I talked to him on Friday, I think. So we'll see how he's doing. That's pretty much it. It was just a really busy week at work this last week. Did a couple of really long days, and it got a little bit overwhelming in the middle where I was just like, I can't do it all. So guess what? I didn't do it all. Got to not the bare minimum, but got out all the things that I needed to get done, and the things that didn't need to get done got pushed to this coming week, which for me is a short week, as is the following week. But I'm bringing a new project coordinator on. My project coordinator is going to backfill someone else who's away for 7 weeks, and then I'm getting a project coordinator who's a bit junior and needs a little bit of coaching maybe. So I haven't really got time to do that, but he wasn't a good fit with his previous project. The project manager was a little demanding, and needed someone here, and this guy's here. I'd like someone here, but I'm gonna just have to manage that. So that adds a little bit of stress when I need to hand over things for him to do, but I have to help him learn how to do them. So the irony being, you have a project coordinator to help share a lot of the administration, to help cover you when you need to be in 2 places at once. But I have to spend that time, so it's just how it is. It's just, doesn't make the job easier. But yeah, apart from that, just a really busy week at work, and I've had a very quiet but social weekend. Just a ching. Cup of coffee, which is cold. That could be hotter. I don't have anything new because I haven't bought anything. Next weekend when I'm in Auckland, we will be going to Ribbon Rose, so I'm quite excited about going. I had never been to their store, and now they're in their new location, 3 floors. I'm enjoying going. I'm not going to go crazy because I have to be sensible, and I'm a bit overwhelmed with all the stuff that I have, but I'm really looking forward to going and seeing just the layout and the things you just don't spend on the website. You want to see things with your fingers. I want to touch you and stroke you. A wall of floss, I mean, not anyone else. So I'm quite excited about that. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a good time going up there, I'm sure. Yeah, so nothing new. I have kitted a couple of things up, which I'll show after I show you my stitching for the week. Had to do something to pad this video out, because I know you all like a long one, but it won't be that long. I had a new start last week because I wanted one, and it had been pointed out to me that I was lacking a red sampler in my proposed August and September starts, which we're currently calling stash sampler starts. That's Narissa and me, and I think a couple of other people are joining in with starting 8 samplers or working on samplers in August and September. So I had said I was going to start Isabelle Vautier, the Red Blues, Under the Red Blues, and I am working on, that's the wrong card, 40 count Kauri from Country Stitch linen, using Gentle Arts in the colourway Claret, and I started this on the 2nd of July, and I just did a wee start. I actually did, okay, I thought I filmed a stitch with me last week, and I stitched for an hour, and I must have because I have the camera over my shoulder so you get the right, so it's not upside down. I didn't record it. I must have clicked it. Well, I'm not going to restart it, am I? So anyway, imagine that I stitched this while you were watching. So this was just over an hour, I think. And that's where I got started, so at the bottom. It was easy to go from the top of the H. I had a little bit of thread left, so I just started the, there's a comma there and a little bit of an E, I think, with a word above. I don't know when I'll finish this, so I've just left the last, but it will be in the 2020s. So I don't know if it'll be 2024 or 2025, so I've left that there. And there is a little bit of border comes up here. So that's kind of almost, it's probably about how wide it is there. It's so pretty, so I'm really happy with it. I talked about it and I even found a mistake and I frogged it and I restitched it. So yeah, it was a great stitch with me. I'm really glad you don't get to see it. So I was a bit annoyed. And then after that I was annoyed with myself. So I wasn't going to film not film another one. So apologies for that, yeah. But anyway, I'm really loving how that is. You know, when you look at this piece of fabric, that's half the fabric. She's a biggin. Yeah, it's gonna be a long sampler. So yeah, maybe next time we'll get to actually push the record button. Rookie mistake, right? I've only done that once before, where I started yabbering away here and then realised that the numbers, when I looked up and said, how long have I been talking for? And it still said 000, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's really annoying when that happens. Anyway, that's the first thing. So I only stitched on that for about an hour on Sunday afternoon. And then I wanted to get a little bit more progress on my monthly projects that I've been working on this year. So I grabbed the Stitch Goddess from Tiny Modernist that I'm stitching in a stitch along with Judy in Aussie in a Kiwi World, and I'm stitching this on 35 count ocean blue from Country Stitch using a partial conversion, a couple of the pinks and a couple of the blues I think I changed. And I am doing around 10% every month. This one was started for me on New Year's Day, so that means from doing 10%, I expect to finish this probably in October. And I started on her dress, so the amount of dress that I stitched, that cream fill-in, is about 10%, which is amazing. I thought it would be more. I thought that 10% would be less stitches on the dress, and I was really surprised as I stitched up one side and got up to her shoulder that it was about 9%. So of course I did the other side and then came back and did a little bit of extra fill-in under the birds just to kind of keep it mostly symmetrical. So yeah, I reckon probably another 2 months and we'll finish her dress and start on her hair probably. It's probably only about 20, I don't know, yeah, 2 months to go in her dress. So really pleased with that. It was quite tricky to put it away. It's really easy just doing fill-in. Very mindless, but I don't want to finish it too quickly. I know that I will finish it before Judy does. She has many more projects than I do on the go. But that's fine. At least I'm being a good girl and not stitching it all in 1 month, which I'm very want to do. I just gotta go blow my nose and warm up my coffee. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Just like magic of editing, that would have been like a split second rather than 2 minutes that I was wandering around. Blowing my nose and heating up my coffee. So then, after I did my 10% on the Stitch Goddess, I picked up my monthly focus, which is Jolly July or Christmas in July or whatever. So is the Gingerbread Village from Carolyn Designs, which I'm stitching on 28 count Lugana in the colour Forget Me Not from Country Stitch, and using Call for DMC, 2 strands over 2. Last time, when I showed you this last week in my whip parade, I've just done most of the bottom row of the I don't know, I call it the road, but the box. So that's kind of Christmas sweater design. I hadn't done the little corners. So in my head, this was going to go a lot quicker. I forgot. This is the second in the It Takes a Village collection that I've stitched. I did the mushroom one, the toadstool one, fairy square, I think it's called. I forgot how much stitching there is. This was a good, like, Monday, a little bit at lunchtime because I worked from home, and then Monday night, so quite a few hours Monday night, and a little bit Tuesday night, but I worked late, so I think I only got an hour in. And a little bit on, I think, Wednesday night. I didn't get any done on Thursday night. It's a lot of stitching, but I have got the square finished, including the corners. So that is all done, and now I can start building all the houses. So yeah, it's actually, it looks pathetic. It's a lot of stitching in that square. So the chart called for eyelets in the corners on top of the red, but I just did like a sort of more like a snowflake stitch or a Smyrna, and then I put the little red back stitching in on those white bits. So that, yeah, as I said, the square is completely finished. It's all pretty, but a nice repetitive design, so, you know, filling in, just kind of carry on down the row, up the row. So yeah, I'm going to continue to stitch on this a couple of days each week this month to get hopefully at least one. I'm going to aim to get 2 rows of houses done. That might be a little bit ambitious, so like I might stitch, because I might stitch, you know, that row, and then I can flip it and stitch that row and that row, but I'll try and get 2, at least 1, but maybe 2 rows of houses done. And then next time, you know, I can pick up, like next week. Okay, if I did 2 rows of houses each week, I could finish it in 4 weeks. I don't know, we'll see. It's a lot of stitching in there, but we'll give it a crack, Nigel. I don't know who Nigel is, but he's going to give it a crack. And then Friday night, I joined Stitchy Chat, one of Judy's Stitchy Chats, and decided I might pick up my Cherry Parker's New Zealand Flowers cross stitch ball. another one that is one of my monthly stitches, and I'm stitching this in a cell with Jude from Christchurch on call for 25 count Lugana in ice blue, moss green, and I think I'm using antique white, and call for DMC. And I started this on the 1st of December, but mostly stitching all the background, all of the base 10 edges. Anyway, I picked it up and I got half of it stitched before I realised I had made a mistake. So I frogged it, and then I went to bed, and I stitched it again yesterday, yesterday morning. So it's the flax flowers, and I had, when I stitched the branch, so I'd started on the branch and I'd missed a row, which meant that this flower was going to be too close to this one. And I looked at it, and then all of these would have been too far over. And I looked at it and thought, I could probably fudge it. And then I was like, you know what, by the time I work out how to fudge it, I could have just pulled it out. So I had stitched all of the branch and all of the dark bits of the flowers, and then I started on the light colours, but I stitched, you know, dark, 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 and then I went light, 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 oh shit, too close. So I'd stitched 3 whole flowers, the branch, and 2 half flowers before I realised that I had cocked it up. So I had to pull all of them out and that bit out and pull the branch back to there. So I was left with the red, the dark colour here, and a bit of branch. but anyway, it's really pretty. So we've got the corfire and the flax flowers, both of which are, it's like a smorgasbord, a buffet for the tui bird. The tui loves both of these flowers. And I have a corfire in my garden. It's too little, it's too baby to flower yet. I do have, my neighbour has flax. I do have one flax planted at the moment. I'll have more flax, so we can hopefully get lots of birds one day. Too much. So that is that. Oh yeah, that's all my stitching. I feel like it's not that much because I didn't stitch very much. I didn't stitch really anything yesterday except finish off the flax flowers in the morning, and I didn't stitch anything last night. I was too tired, and I went to bed early. I didn't stitch on, well, Friday night, but I unstitched what I stitched. Nothing on Thursday night because I worked late. Yeah, so it was a really weird week. But anyway, it is what it is. Again, I don't know what I'm going to take with me. I'll take the Gingerbread village to my dad's away for the week, and I'll probably take something else. I don't know what though. I might take, maybe I'll just take Carolyn Manning with me, and I'll take the brain fog, the 10,000 Lakes, because even though that's on 18 count, it's Ada, so both the Gingerbread village being on 28 count, Lugana easy to see with average lighting, and the 10,000 Lakes is on Ada. I think I might just take those two with me to stitch on when I'm away, because of the light. You know, I don't have to worry about lighting. And lighting's terrible at my dad's. Terrible at my dad's. Yeah, that might be what I do. And of course I'll have no new starts, but I might have a bit of shopping to show in my next video. Anyway. So yeah, I kitted up a couple of things just so I've got something else to show you. Well, not just because of that, but I was motivated to do it this morning. It's really hot now. Can't win. So you'll recall I finished my one of my fractors last week, which was Maurice. And so I wasn't planning to start a fractor yet, but just in case, I've cut it up a couple more. So Zeb loaned me these. These will go back to her. They're on loan, not a gift. Fractor Frida from La Di Da. And I'm just, you know, cutting up from stash, which I managed to do. It is charted for Weeks Dye Works, and I have one of the called for. And it's charted for the model stitched on 32 count Havana by Weeks, and I happen to have a little scrap of 40 count Havana in my stash. This was what was left off of the end when I stitched HL's Moth by Kathy Barrett. Kathy Barrett? Is it Kathy Barrett? Yeah, I think so. HL's Moth. It was my first time stitching on this kind of Weeks fabric, and I had this little piece left over, and because it's 40 count, it's enough to stitch this. So yay, happy accident. And I've just pulled some colours from my stash. The chrysanthemum is called for, and then I've just got a mix of Weeks, Classic Colour Works, and a Gentle Art, just colours that are similar to. So yeah, I've got that. They're very pretty. So that will be what I eventually stitch Fractor Frida on. I think that the Candied Apple is probably a little pinker red than what the called for was, which was Baked Apple. What did I say it was? Licorice red, rather. But there's so little of it in the design, I don't think it really matters. It'll be fine. So yeah, quite excited to stitch that up. I can't imagine it will take very long. It's on a tiny little piece of fabric, but it's ready for me to start. I had said I would start Frederica next as one of my fractors, but because This one is on loan. I would rather stitch this and get the chart back to its owner. Also, it's small, and given that I've got 8 samplers being started in August and September, I probably should start small things, not big things. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how I pulled them from my stash. There are some bits of called for. Zeb had left them in the packet when she sent it to me, or handed it to me. And Zeb also lent me Pennsylvania Fractal Heart, which is the same kind of bird and flower that you had in the Pennsylvania Fractal Birds. Is that what it was called? Oh my gosh. Which I finished recently. So she lent me this as well. And I probably will stitch it as a cushion, not get it framed. So whereas I stitched, I don't know what I was going to say. So this is going to be on 40 count Tickle the Ivory. Again, I had a wee piece, which is big enough. I always keep my scraps because there's always something little that it can fit on. And I don't love it on the white personally, so I'm going to do it on that. And again, pulled threads from my stash because it's charted for MPIs, like the Pennsylvania Fractal Birds, whatever it's called, was. I've got Valentine Red from Victorian Sampler Shop, Yelled Gold from Classic Colourworks, and Hickory Sticks, and Bamboo, and then I've got Onyx from Weeks for the kind of darker colour. Really simple. It's going to be pretty. So again, it'll probably get started in the near future and stitched again so I can get the charts back to Zeb. I do really enjoy kitting stuff up from stash. Actually, I really just enjoy kitting things up. And it is kind of fun to pull a few scraps of fabric from the scrap basket and basically, and you know, threads already have, and sort of kit up for free. It's kind of quite fun doing that. That's all I've got for you this week. Yeah, it's still raining. I don't know that I'm hugely motivated to do much. Maybe I will sit down and watch a bit of YouTube or something on the telly and get started on one of the houses, on one of my rows of houses on my Gingerbread village, because that sort of feels easy to do because it's just sitting right there and I can pull it, don't have to concentrate on anything else. Like I don't feel like stitching on 40 count right now because I'm a bit tired. I slept so much last night, but I think I was catching up on a week of terrible sleep. So I went to bed at 8, read for half an hour. I think I was probably asleep. I couldn't keep my eyes open at 8:30. Woke up at 2 and then woke up again at 7 and then read until 11 for 4 hours. So I think I just did too much sleep, but I don't care. It's my life and I want to sit on the couch and stitch. I'm going to. I will see you all next week again. Oh, and thank you. I had a few people buy me coffees and through my buy me a coffee link below, and I really appreciate it. It really, really does help with the shipping. New Zealand Post put all their shipping up again from the 1st of July, and I think it costs, like, I send a lot of postcards, $3.30 to send a postcard. I'm still going to send postcards, but far out. $3.30. That's a lot. And to send parcels overseas, so as long as I send my giveaways in like an envelope as a letter, you know, a big letter, it's not too ridiculous. But the parcel rates to send from New Zealand overseas it's like $40 for a part for something little. It's just far out. So just be, I don't know, that was a wee rant about the post really. So yeah, buying the odd, when I get the odd coffee bought for me, it really does help, because I do spend quite a lot on shipping, and I don't want to not send things overseas. And I ain't making, I'm not making money. I'm doing this for love. But I really enjoy sharing my, I just don't want to keep my stuff, and I want to give it away when I'm finished with it. I don't really want to keep my charts and stuff, so yeah. Happy to do it. So I do appreciate when I get the odd coffee bought for me, so thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm going to go, and I appreciate you, and thanks for all your lovely comments. Thank you for your support. Thank you to anyone, welcome to anyone who's new, because I've had quite a jump in subscribers over the last few weeks, so I really appreciate that. And I won't promise that the next video is going to be any more professional than this, because that's not how I roll. I will see you next either Sunday or Monday, probably Monday, unless I get to Dad's and he's goes to bed early, and maybe I do. I don't know. It'll be when it will be. Just next week's going to be a bit weird. Okay, take care, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.